Welcome to Dad's Rules with Kevin Belzer. Today I'm joined by Melissa Belzer. Today is episode number 221.
Woo!
You know how I know exactly which episode number it is?
Because you looked. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's part of it, but the other part is that we are completely out of episodes in the can.
Oh.
So,
okay.
Yeah, the next one we record is just the next one that's going up.
Okay.
At one time, we were 50-some episodes ahead.
That's too many.
It actually was a few too many, because there's times like, I'd like to talk about, we have all these other ones. Yeah. That being probably a few too many.
Won't do it again.
So today, when you watch this, will be Wednesday, the 5th of November, because today is election day across the country in an off year.
Hi, Scratchy.
Dog's underneath the desk, and he thinks that talking with his paws is fun. It's not fun. It freaking hurts. He's quite the jerk. The older he gets, the jerkier he gets.
Well, he's just more demanding.
0 F's given the older he gets.
Yep.
So, since the last episode, we had Halloween pop in.
Yeah, we did.
And like most years, we had a lot of trick-or-treaters. This year, we had 123.
Nice number there.
Very nice number.
Hi, puppy.
Did you have a favorite costume you saw from the kids?
I did. It was... What was yours? I'll think of it. Because I was like, oh, that's so cool. I can kind of picture it. It was a boy. It was some... Well, they had the cool masks on. The one that came up and they had the smiley face on with the whatever.
The light up mask?
Yeah, those are fun for me.
Yeah, you can change the way you look. It's probably from some horror thing.
It might be Squid Games or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no idea. I don't watch it.
I haven't seen Squid Games. I don't even have Netflix.
No.
So haven't seen that. Okay.
I don't know what he's doing there. He's just cramming on my leg.
I don't either. So we had 123. They came through in clumps like they always do.
Yep.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're a Christian. How can you do Halloween? You know, I just want to see my neighbors. It's pretty simple. It's not like we're sacrificing virgins in the front yard. We're having rituals to the devil or anything like that. It's literally little children dressed up in costumes like I saw She-Hulk and Spider-Man.
She-Hulk was cool.
There was, probably my favorite was somebody dressed as Rocky Balboa from the very first Rocky movie.
There was a Freddy Krueger that was very impressive.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I mean, it was like all out. He did this face skin and everything. I was like, oh, sometimes they cheat out and don't do the face skin. This one had the whole thing.
I was expecting to see Trump's, because we've had Trump ones in the past.
Yeah.
I was expecting to see Charlie Kirk's and stuff like that.
I didn't see any.
No, it's pretty much like just superheroes.
Yeah.
There was a whole family that came dressed as dinosaurs.
Yeah, they did.
They weren't the inflatables either.
No.
They were just dinosaur costumes and stuff.
Yep.
The Spider-Mans, the She-Hulk, all the superheroes you can imagine.
Yeah.
There's 123 of them. This year we did full-size candy bars. Never done that before. And we wanted to, for the first time ever, do full-size candy bars and be the cool house. I knew exactly what I was doing. I wanted to be the cool house.
Well,
so we did full-size candy bars.
Well, and I think, I'm hoping, because our streets kind of dwindled, and I just love it when they come around and want candy. I don't care if you're dressed in a costume, I don't care how old you are, you're getting candy. I'm hoping that sort of put us back on the map, because I would love to have some more social time, and I just love, and we got to meet one of the neighbors, so that was cool. See, that's what I'm all about. They don't come out any other time.
I figured if we brought back the full-size candy bars, then that would help bring the neighborhood back.
Yeah.
One of the new people that moved in around the corner, they did their house up really nice.
Yeah.
We didn't. Our house was pretty lame. We had a few spider webs, some lighted lights.
Yeah, fog machine, because
we did have the fog machine.
And everybody loved it. People liked it. Even though it was simple, they liked it. And my spider webs are good. I lay them out very nicely. They look like spider webs. Not just yanked and stretched every direction. It was carefully fanned out, and it looks like a cobweb.
Yep. Every year I want to see over 100. We've never had less than 100 trick-or-treaters. So
Nope.
that's good. We did have some full grown adults, like 50, 60 years old. I saw no kids around this trick-or-treating. Honestly, I don't care.
I don't care.
Come get your candy.
Yep.
I don't care. Some people don't like when the teenagers come either. I'm like, why not? One, they usually have better costumes because they had to do them themselves. And two, wouldn't you rather see them going around getting candy than causing mischief?
Yeah, because we had some of that in our community, and that was super fun.
Yep. After that, this weekend is a big weekend across the U.S. It's daylight savings time. So once again, we did not participate because we live in Arizona and we're the only sane state in the whole union that realizes that it's stupid. Why are you changing your clocks?
Yeah, I think a lot of our friends think it's stupid too.
I don't understand why we still have it. And I know why it was started. It's been started and stopped a few times in the past. Then it kicked in and stayed forever. But it was started one time because they thought they would help commerce somehow if they changed the times by an hour. I'm like, okay, whatever. Well, it has actually just increased stress, car accidents, heart attacks. It's had a lot of bad side effects.
I don't actually know all that statistic.
And it takes your brain it takes your body like 6 months to adapt, and then you got to change the clocks again. It's like, how stupid is that? So we didn't participate because we live in a sane state for the most part.
I like it. Arizona's good. I'm glad we don't have to. I know it's like dumb and easy, but I like that we don't have to do it.
Me too. And then we had barbecue weekend at church this weekend. Started a new series. However, we're still thinking about the last series that we had. And so we wanted to talk about that one because that I've talked about this before, that you don't want to just go to church and go, that was a good service, and then 30 minutes later you forgot what it's all about. If it's got sticking power, like we're over 2 weeks past it and I'm still thinking about it, that's when you know it was a good service, is a good series. I think it's actually the best series our church has done in years.
And they're all good, but this one I think was well timed with just hearing what our friends at church talk about too. Like, this was a good one right now. This is a well timed series.
It was.
So
it's interesting that this was planned over a year ago. So it's planned prior to the 2024 elections, prior to what happened with Charlie Kirk. It was planned way in advance, yet it hit at like a perfect time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well, the world's on God's time anyway. So what I wanted to talk about is the service that we had, and it was on integrity. And you have your notes pulled up, and I have my notes pulled up on it.
Yeah.
And then I did pull some clips and stuff talking about this as well. Let's see.
I don't think I have a ton of notes, but
now he gave a pretty simple couple examples of what integrity is. Integrity is being the same man in private that you are in public. Man or woman that you are.
Person, whatever. Yes.
Man
doesn't mean male.
Or woman.
Man just means human.
Yes, human. The same human. Integrity just being the same human in private that you are in public.
Yeah.
And integrity is who you really are. Now, he told a story, and he told two different versions, because we had a men's night that he told the story at, and it was a little bit more colorful, and it was a men's only night. And then he told in front of the church this story. I'm going to go more with that version.
I like that version just fine, so I would go with that. I don't need too far into it.
Yeah. Well, the men's night wasn't recorded.
Right.
So anyway, he talked about how when he worked for Intel, our pastor used to work for Intel years ago. And because when he got out of Bible college, he went into the corporate world before he quit that, and then went into being into the church. And he talked about how when he was with Intel, that part of his job was traveling overseas. And I've known a lot of people that work for Intel. Intel's a pretty big employer here in the Valley. Mm-hmm. And a lot of their job is going to the Philippines and China and, also Seattle, Washington, and, just bouncing
just
all over
the travel,
bouncing out of Germany as well, bouncing all over the world. And he talked about how he went overseas, and he was at, like, he said to this day, nicest hotel he's ever been into in his life. And when he was leaving one night, he walked outside, and attached to the front of the hotel was a place where you could get an hour massage, and it was some ridiculously cheap price, like
or
20
something.
bucks for an hour.
I think that's what
And
he
he's
said.
like, been a long day, long trip,
Sitting all day, stuff
stressful.
like that. Just,
He's like, 20 bucks for a massage.
sounds good.
Yeah, I can do a massage. And the massage wraps up, and the person goes, "Do you want the special massage?" And he goes, "Special massage?" Because he's like all kind of like, you get really relaxed when you have a massage. Like you get all drowsy and sleepy and everything. He's like, "Special massage?" She goes, "Yeah, the special massage." And he's like, "Special? What's a special massage?"
Yeah.
And you go, the special massage. And I think we can all put two and two together. The special massage that she was talking about.
Yes.
The happy ending special massage. And he
his description of it is so funny.
Yeah, because then all of a sudden, bam, he's wide awake. Now, what he brought up, and this is where integrity comes in, he goes, I'm halfway around the world. There's nobody he knows around.
Nope.
And if he takes the special massage, nobody would know. But God. Yeah. And that's the rest of the sentence always. But God would know.
Well, the therapist would know. If that's what you want to call her.
Now he had an accountability group back home too that held him accountable when he came back from trip. Anything you need to confess or talk about, and so he says he never ran faster than that moment getting out of there. Yeah, like a cartoon, getting out of there, and that brings back to integrity as being the same man in private that you are in public, and it really is who you really are. And integrity requires running from temptation, not just resisting temptation.
Yes, which is interesting as well.
Yeah, I got to think about this the other day. Is that what I thought was interesting here in Arizona is that now we can't get Pornhub here in the state of Arizona,
which is great.
With because I guess they decided not to do business in the state because we were going to require that you had to put some form of ID in proving that you're a certain age. They didn't want to participate, and I thought that was great because it did remove yet another temptation from the state of Arizona. So yeah, I was like, well, the state helped you out on that one. Yep. You didn't have to resist anything.
Did you solid?
Yeah. Now I did pull up a couple stories and examples of integrity in practice, and then I had some that I want to ask you of was there integrity here or not integrity here as well. But first I wanted to read, I saved this to my notes, this story that I found on Facebook.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so back in World War I, there was a British prisoner who asked his German captors for permission to visit his dying mother.
Okay.
They said yes if he promised to come back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And this is in the height of the trench warfare during World War I.
Okay.
So Captain Robert Campbell, the British Army, had been a prisoner of war for months when the Red Cross letter arrived. It was from his family in England. His mother was dying. Campbell sat in the cold barracks at Magdeburg prison camp, probably slaughtered that, holding the letter in trembling hands. Around him, fellow British officers watched in silence. They all knew what that letter meant. His mother was hundreds of miles away, across enemy lines in a country he couldn't reach, and she was dying without him. In the trenches of World War I, death was everywhere, but this missing your mother's death because you were locked in enemy prison felt like a different kind of cruelty. Campbell made a decision that seemed impossible. He would ask the Germans to let him go home. Yeah. Okay, so Campbell wrote to the camp commandant explaining his situation. His mother was gravely ill. He was her only son. He was asking for temporary parole to see her one last time. In return, he would give his word, his solemn oath as a British officer, that he would return to captivity. Okay, so to his fellow prisoners, it seemed hopeless. This was war. The Germans were going to release a captured enemy officer just because his mother was dying, but Campbell sent the letter anyway. What modern readers often don't understand is that World War I, despite its industrialized horror, still operated under older codes of military honor, especially among officers. Um, Parole of honor was a real practice. An officer could be released temporarily if he gave his word he would return or not take up arms. His word as a gentleman and an officer was considered binding. It was a remnant of an older, more chivalric. That's the word I get stuck on. Yep. Yeah, it's. I've never ever in my life been able to say that one word good. Age of warfare, one that was rapidly being destroyed by machine guns, poison gas, and trench warfare. Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
But in 1916, it still existed barely. Weeks passed, Campbell heard nothing. Then, incredibly, the commandant summoned him. Your request has been considered. You may have parole to visit your mother in England.
Oh, wow.
Now, Campbell stared at him in disbelief as the commandant continued. But you must give your word, your solemn oath, that you will return to this camp when your visit is concluded. Campbell didn't hesitate. You have my word. The German commandant studied him for a long moment, then nodded. I believe you. Arrangements were made through neutral Switzerland, the Red Cross. Campbell would then be escorted to the border, then allowed to travel to England. After his visit, he was expected to return to in the same way. If he didn't return, his fellow officers would face consequences. In his honor, the thing that defined him as an officer and a gentleman would be destroyed forever.
Oh.
And what I found interesting in that is that he still could have just stayed away, had other people die,
and who cares? I'm out.
Because he's taken care of. He's out.
I'm free. See you, chumps.
Okay, so the journey home was surreal. Campbell traveled from Germany through neutral Switzerland into France and finally across the English Channel. Isn't it like now where you just jump on a plane and you're home?
Yeah.
He went from being a prisoner locked behind barbed wire, half-starved, half-starved, watching men die of disease, to being free, traveling through his own country, seeing green fields and familiar faces. He could have disappeared. He could have reported to British military headquarters and refused to return. He would have been welcomed as a free POW and not punished. No one would have blamed him.
Oh, wow.
But he'd given his word.
Wow.
When Campbell reached his family home, his mother was still alive, barely. We don't know exactly what they said to each other. Those conversations were private and sacred, but we do know that he held her hand. We know she saw her son one last time. We know that a dying woman got to say goodbye to her child, even though there was a war happening and was supposed to be locked in enemy prison.
Okay.
She died shortly after his visit. Campbell attended her funeral. He spent time with his family. He walked the streets of his hometown as a free man. And then, as impossible as it seemed, he prepared to return to Germany. Campbell's family begged him not to go back. Can you imagine the pressure of them just saying, screw everybody else there?
Family pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Campbell had made a promise. More than that, he staked his honor and the trust of his fellow prisoners on his word. If he didn't return, the Germans might never grant parole again. Other men would never get to see their dying loved ones. His fellow officers in the camp might face retribution. We have to live the rest of his life knowing he'd broken his oath. Mm-hmm. So Captain Robert Campbell said goodbye to his family, traveled back through France and Switzerland, and crossed into Germany and presented himself at Magdeburg prison camp. I returned, he told the commandant. The German officer shook his head, said, I knew you would. When word of Campbell's return spread, both among German guards and British prisoners, it caused a sensation. German newspapers wrote about the honorable Englishman who kept his word.
Oh, wow.
British newspapers praised him as a symbol of integrity in a war that had been increasingly brutal and dishonorable. Even in the trenches where men were dying in muddy holes from poison gas, machine gun fire, soldiers on both sides heard about Captain Campbell. As a reminder that honor still existed, that humanity could survive even in the worst circumstances, that some things, like a son's promise, still mattered.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually impressive.
I mean, that's like taking to the nth degree with integrity.
Yeah, I agree. He just could have at any point bailed on it and said whatever. But now, because he did that, it actually made a bigger impact across more than just where he was. It went beyond. And so they're like, wow. So now anytime anyone meets him or knows that story, they're going to be like, this is a man of truth. Yeah. Even though it wasn't easy. Integrity doesn't always mean easy either.
Integrity usually means not easy.
Yeah.
Because there are so many temptations in this world.
Stop. Needy puppy.
And just so there is a happily ever after, he did live through the end of the war,
Well,
and
that's
was
good.
eventually
Yeah, because he
a
could have
free
come
man.
back to a disease
Yeah.
and died.
Now, that doesn't mean once he returned as a prisoner that he didn't try multiple times to escape. His honor was he said that he would come back,
Yeah, okay.
but not that he wouldn't try to escape.
Well, he made a promise and stuck to it. That's cool.
Okay, so um, there was a couple stories that I saw on Instagram
Okay.
today. The first one was this guy approached two people in the mall, and he asked them how long they've been together. And they've been together for 6 months, and he goes, "Are you two happy?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're really happy. 6 months together, we're really happy."
Okay.
He goes, "Great." And he said to the girl, he goes, "I will give you $400 if you tell me a secret that he doesn't know, and it also has to be a secret that I feel is like a real secret."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So what she did is she uh, told him that uh, her that his friend had a crush on her, and that's why. Uh, let's see. How'd she put this? I told you that your friend had a crush on me.
Okay.
That was a lie. He didn't have a crush on me. And he's like, "What?" He goes, why would you do that?" He goes, we were friends since kindergarten. I stopped being friends with him because I thought that there was, potentially
Oh,
something could be
wow.
going on here. And she goes, "Well, I just thought you guys were hanging out too much, and I wanted you to meet." So,
Wow.
is lying
That's
it is lying ever okay in the realm of having integrity? I mean, in this example, the answer is easily no.
no, because she took it upon herself to control the removal of a friendship.
Okay, so
That's horrible.
since because of her level of lying, I would say that I would not view her as a person with integrity. And if I was
Oh,
in
I
his
wouldn't trust
position,
her.
I wouldn't trust her. I
No.
think the relationship's over,
Over
and
at
it's a
that
good thing you
point.
found out now.
6 months in instead of
Yeah.
6 years in.
Now
Dang.
the other one, this couple is married.
Okay.
And they've been together now they've been married about 5 years.
Okay.
And about 4-ish years ago,
Okay.
the wife
Okay.
told him that his dog ran away.
Okay.
He finds out 5 years later when he is ready. He's like mourned that he never got his dog back.
Okay.
That he's ready for another dog, and it comes out in all the discussions with her that the dog had not run away. When he was at work, her mom and her rehomed the dog.
Who does that?
I don't know.
Who does that?
Now, the Reddit readers heavily advised divorce.
Yeah. Wow.
I think
That's sort of new light. Well, yeah, I don't. Wow.
Yeah. And the fact that she kept it secret for over 4 years. Because you got to add that into it as well.
Why would she give away his dog? That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I mean, he came into the marriage with the dog.
Oh, man.
And this dog was his everything. So again, jealous of dog, jealous of friend.
Yeah, I mean, some people probably would be like, I can't trust you, and cut to divorce. I guess I could understand that. If nothing else, you definitely would need some marriage counseling to repair that hole. Whew, man,
I think
that's horrible.
I think if there's no kids, it's easy. It's flat out divorce.
Jeez.
I don't like to root for
That's not
divorce.
even.
Yeah.
No, and that's kind of a funny follow up to our previous episode.
Mhm.
Interesting.
There was a method to my madness doing this episode next.
Okay. Wow. That would be. How do you trust somebody after that? She did it while he was gone.
Yeah, he's at work. Comes home. Dog's gone.
Wow. Okay. Stop. Puppy's being handsy. Yeah, that is. I'm just trying to imagine. Like,
I mean, you're a loss for words.
because who would do that? That isn't even conceivable to me. That's not even conceivable. Like, what are you even doing in a relationship like that if that's what you feel like you're gonna do? Like, well, I'm gonna get rid of the dog because I don't like the dog,
Or get rid of the friend because
or whatever. Get rid of the friend because
I
just spend too much time together.
Yeah, best bud since kindergarten.
That's it's not
Can you
like
imagine
she
the
didn't
fact
know.
that because I mean he did dump her on camera. So can you imagine
Oh my
he flat dumped her on
God.
camera. So could you imagine him having to try to see if that friendship is even repairable? Because the other
May or
guy's
may
probably
not
trying
be.
to figure out what the hell he did wrong.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, hopefully he went back to that friend and said, "Hey, so something just came to light." But then, did he talk to the friend? I mean, if you just go, "Okay," and you didn't even have the decency to actually confirm it with the friend. Did he do that? Because then what? Then what are you repairing?
Yeah.
He should have gathered more information on that flip side. So
Yeah, and the thing is that new relationship, friends since kindergarten, I would weight things more to the friends since kindergarten than I would to the new relationship. Because that's a longer
there's
relationship.
An established relationship.
And I would think that Broco would be totally in effect too. That he wouldn't be
Maybe.
crossing that line.
Maybe.
I know some will, but it's
crazy.
like, for instance, kindergarten. I mean, geez, you've gone through a lot to make it through high school, all the way through high school into adulthood, and you're still friends.
I'm just wondering if yeah.
And you pick the girl.
Being friends with someone, I've been friends with someone since 5th grade. That's a long time. There's a lot of people can't say that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yep. I didn't know you were going to be so speechless about it.
Because maybe it's unimaginable. It's unimaginable that somebody would do that. That to me is bottom of the barrel cruel. It's just hard for me to imagine that someone can do that. Both instances.
Mm-hmm.
Wipe out the best friend, lied about the dog. What?
Yeah. I figured if I didn't get people on the human aspect, I'd get them on the pet aspect.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering, God, I'd be nice if someone commented, like, what's your story? Have you heard of a story? Like, that.
Yeah, feel free to share your stories.
Because, so that's where I get tripped up. Because for me, I don't know why people just aren't intrinsically not evil. I don't know. It's just hard for me to imagine that someone can just be that cruel.
There was a cool quote that the pastor gave from Robert Orban. Most people want to be delivered from temptation, but would like to keep it in touch.
That was an interesting thing. Because, I mean, and then I was trying to think, am I like that? Do I don't know. You could go probably from a minor level to a major level with that.
Well, that's why I liked seeing like the Pornhub ban and stuff like that.
And that's major level.
I was like, well, no, what I liked about it is that even if people wanted to keep in touch with that and know that, okay, it's always there if I ever want to drift back to it, well, now you don't have that option. It's gone.
And yeah. Yeah. But, you could go on the minor level. You want to not eat something, but then you go to the store and buy it. Or like cigarettes. Oh, I don't want to smoke. Well, I'm not going to smoke that much. So I'll just have a carton around. And then next thing you know, you're smoking a bunch. You know, back in the day, that's what it used to be. People would be like, I'm done smoking, and they're in the middle of a carton. Yet they would keep it. Like, are you done? Because it's right there. That's
Or he's changing one vice for another vice.
Yeah, usually it's that once they quit smoking.
I don't smoke cigarettes.
Well, no.
But yet they vape. It's like, okay, well, hey, neither are good for you. So congratulations, I guess.
Coming out with how bad that is for your insides.
Yep, that's a totally different topic, though, for a different day.
Well, or not. Go look it up. Go look it up. It's not good. Okay.
Yep. But we're going to wrap up on integrity episode 221. So if you like the show, like, share, comment, leave feedback, review. Definitely comment. Always interested to see what people would like us to talk about or have to say about an episode. And until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult I know you all can be.